When our son was very little, he kept us awake pretty much all night long. It felt like torture.
Yeah.
But the one thing that brought us a big step closer to reclaiming our own good night's sleep was introducing our baby massage bedtime routine.
Yes. So in this video, we are first gonna explain why it's so important to introduce a bedtime routine. Then we're also gonna share with you the 3 steps of our baby bedtime routine. And then finally, we're also gonna teach you exactly how to apply our baby massage treatment, which you will need for the 2nd step of our baby bedtime routine.
Right. This is Nathalie, a pregnancy and birth consultant and TCM therapist.
And that's Matthias, a researcher and science geek.
And we are here to help you and your baby naturally and science-based. So let's have a look at what our baby bedtime routine can do for you, baby. Okay, so first of all, why do we recommend introducing a bedtime routine? Well, if you are like most other parents, including us at the beginning, by the way, then you have probably tried to breast or bottle feed your baby to sleep, you have sung your baby to sleep, and you almost certainly have tried to rock your baby to sleep, right? And let's admit it, all these things are super sweet, and we too have very much enjoyed those times.
Definitely. However, when you do that, your baby is less likely to learn how to self-settle and how to fall asleep on their own. They are always gonna need you or your partner or somebody or something else to calm them down in order to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And so that's most likely gonna be a problem later on when you want your baby to sleep through the night, simply because your baby does not know how to self-settle when they wake up during the night.
Yes, and so a better approach is to teach a baby to settle on their own. And the first step to do that is introducing a bedtime routine. It's not the only step, but it's the first step, right? Because once your baby has internalized that routine, the routine is going to signal the baby every day at the approximate same time that it's time to relax and to go to bed. And this means that at some point you should no longer have that struggle to put your baby to bed, because your baby is supposed to naturally become tired when it's bedtime.
Yes, a baby who is really tired when it's bedtime will find it much easier to settle and to fall asleep on their own. And if your baby learns how to fall asleep on their own when it's bedtime, eventually your baby is also gonna find it much easier to fall back asleep when they wake up during the night. Unless, of course, your baby is hungry.
Right. So let's have a look at our 3-step baby bedtime routine. And please keep in mind that each step of the routine is a preparation of the subsequent step. Because of that, the sequence that we propose here is kind of important, right? So the first step of our baby bedtime routine is a warm bath.
Yes. So basically, the warm bath has the purpose of signaling your baby that the baby is now on the road to bedtime.
Right.
So it's really important that you do this at the approximate same time every day. For example, we started the routine for our own son every day at 6:15 in the evening.
Yeah.
And please keep in mind the duration of the bath does not need to be long. Like a few minutes will be more than enough.
Right. And then in the next step after the bath, we apply a baby massage treatment. Obviously, the purpose of the massage treatment is to further relax your baby and to prepare your baby for sleep. However, with the right kind of baby massage treatment, we can do even better. It can also support the baby's digestion so that the baby is less likely to be bothered by tummy aches during the night. That's great, because tummy aches due to trapped gas and bloating, etc., are the very things which keep your baby awake during the night, next to hunger, of course, right?
Yes, and that is why our baby massage treatment also includes acupressure points, which are commonly used to help a person with gastrointestinal issues.
Yes, however, please keep in mind that it is not possible to eliminate all digestive problems, because at such a young age, your baby's digestive system is only just developing. So there will always be at least some issues, but we can at least try to minimize such issues, which is why our massage treatment can make a real difference.
Yes. And then what our baby massage treatment is also supposed to do is preparing your baby's digestion for both the final feeding before bedtime as well as any feedings which may be required during the night.
Yeah.
So the last step of our baby bedtime routine is feeding your baby and then putting your baby to bed.
Yes, and please keep in mind that ideally, it's not always going to work, right? But ideally, your baby should not fall asleep during the feeding i.e. before you put your baby to bed, for 2 reasons. First, it's really important that you burp your baby before putting your baby to bed in order to get rid of excess gas, right? And second, ideally, you put your baby to bed first before your baby falls asleep, because it allows your baby to get used to self-settling and to fall asleep on their own and in their own bed.
Right.
In fact, it's really important that your baby falls asleep in the same environment in which your baby's gonna wake up later on, because otherwise your baby's gonna wake up and be like, "Eh? What's going on? I don't know where I am, so I'm gonna start crying." And that's less likely to happen if your baby is familiar with the environment in which they are gonna wake up.
Now, hands down, self-settling is not going to work at the beginning, particularly if your baby is still very little.
Yeah.
That's okay. As we said before, the routine is only the first step in teaching a baby how to self-settle, because once your baby has internalized that routine, teaching a baby to self-settle and sleeping through the night is gonna be much easier.
Yeah.
But the bedtime routine is really the very basis which you can build on, for example, with sleep training.
Right. So let us now teach you our baby massage treatment, and then afterwards we're also going to briefly discuss at what age you can introduce the routine and under which circumstances your baby should neither have a regular bath nor a regular massage treatment.
Put some oil on your hands and rub your hands so that both your hands and the oil get warm. Place your hands on her belly and move upwards to her shoulders. From there, move downwards from her shoulders all the way down to her hands. Go back to her shoulders without touching her, and then stroke downwards over her abdomen and eventually over her legs down to her feet. Do this 3 times. Next, focus on your baby's belly. This step is quite easy. Simply apply circular movements clockwise around her belly button for about 5 seconds. In this next step, we simply bend the baby's knees and gently push her little legs towards her abdomen. That way, we help the baby's body release trapped gas. Repeat this exercise at least 5 times. Next, focus on the baby's right arm. Start on the baby's shoulder and use your thumb to apply circular movements while moving downwards on the outside of the baby's arm, all the way down to her hand. Do this 3 times while applying gentle pressure. Next, focus on the baby's right hand. In order to find this acupressure point, we first need to find the end of the fold between the baby's thumb and index finger. The point you're looking for is located on the soft spot, slightly above the end of the fold. Gently press and massage the acupressure point for about 5 seconds. Finish this treatment by gently stroking downwards from her shoulder all the way down to her hand. Once you're done with the right arm, do exactly the same on the left arm of the baby. Focus on the baby's right leg. Start with the baby's thigh on the outside of her leg and use your thumb to apply circular movements while going all the way down to her ankle. Do this 3 times while applying gentle pressure. Next, work your way upwards along the baby's right leg, starting with her ankle. But this time work on the inside of her leg. You can either apply the same circular movements as before, or simply apply gentle pressure with your thumb while going all the way up from her ankle to her thigh, just as I'm doing it here. Do this 3 times. Next, focus on the baby's right leg. For this point, we first need to measure the approximate width of all 4 of the baby's fingers. Get the width of her fingers by using it as a distance between your own thumb and index finger. Then place that distance right below the lower border of the kneecap on the outside of the shin. Gently press and massage this point for about 5 seconds. Next, focus on the baby's right ankle. In order to locate this acupressure point, we first need to find the medial ankle bone, which is the bony prominence located on the inside on each side of the human ankle. From there, draw an imaginary straight line to the baby's Achilles tendon, which is located at the back of the foot. The point you're looking for is the midpoint on that line. Gently press and massage the acupressure point for about 5 seconds. Finish this treatment by gently stroking downwards from the baby's thigh all the way down to her ankle. Do this on the outside as well as on the inside of her leg. Once you're done with the right leg, do exactly the same on the left leg of the baby. Okay, that was our baby massage treatment. By the way, if you are liking this video so far, we would be super grateful if you could leave us a like or simply subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this one in the near future. Thanks so much.
you.
Now, at what age can you introduce our baby bedtime routine?
Well, you can start introducing our baby massage bedtime routine as early as 4 weeks. And keep in mind that at the beginning, it's all about getting your baby used to the routine. Don't expect this to work straight away. And by the way, even if your baby is already older, like for example 1 year of age, we still recommend introducing a routine.
Right.
Trust us, it will pay off. And please also keep in mind that a bedtime routine is not about forcing your baby to some unnatural sleeping pattern. All we do is teaching your baby to become tired at the approximate same time every day, because again, that's the very foundation which will make it so much easier for you to teach your baby everything else that is sleep related.
Yes. Keep in mind though, how long it's going to take for your baby to internalize the routine depends on both your baby and yourself in terms of how persistent you are.
Yeah.
As Matthias already said, don't expect this to work from day one.
Right.
It's gonna take weeks before your baby has internalized the routine. However, over time, you should notice that it's becoming easier and easier to put your baby to bed.
Yes, but again, the routine is only just the first step. There are other pieces to the puzzle,
Right.
like for example, daytime nap times. Because if you let your baby sleep until, 6 p.m. in the evening, don't expect your baby to get tired by 7 p.m.,
Right.
right? So your daytime nap routine matters too. However, That's stuff for another video.
Right. And then one last thing, if your baby suffers from skin problems, like for example eczema, your baby should neither have a bath nor a massage treatment every day. At least you should be careful.
Yes, in any case, it's always a good idea to get the approval of your healthcare provider first.
Right. We really hope that you have found this video helpful. If you did, we would be super grateful if you could leave us a like.
Yes, and for more useful tips and tools on pregnancy and baby related topics, make sure to subscribe to our channel and to hit the bell.